There we go. Hi, hey everybody. Just making sure we're on. And we are. Yay. Super hot tea. Just waiting to see if someone comes on. This is actually way later than I wanted to do it, the live, but it's okay. Doing a lot of things today, getting caught up on some stuff that I needed to tell you more about that in a minute. Let's see. Hello. Just waiting for maybe people to come in. If not, I'm just gonna start having some tea today. Hi Jose, how are you doing? Hopefully well. How's your new year started off? Hopefully good. I'm drinking some peppermint tea right now, hot peppermint tea, so I gotta be careful. How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. I'm okay, thank you. I'm good. Alright, so there's a few people on. Hope you're all having a good day. Like I was saying, I wanted to come on earlier, but I had to fix some things and, get caught up on some stuff before coming on. Yeah, so I'm having some hot tea right now. Okay, so crazy thing happened yesterday, right? Not so crazy, but crazy. So my neighbor, she took me to, I had to get like a new benefits card, and then we had to, then I couldn't take some of my rent money off of there. It was just a whole ordeal, which I'll explain more later of what ended up happening with that. But anyway, I'm in the car with her baby, and she's 3, and her dad got her some candy, like some of those, they're like these chewy, they're not hard, but they're not soft. They're like super chewy, like these long, like kind of candy. They're pretty good. Anyway, it is tea time with Starlit, CC, whatever you want to call me. and I'm telling you why. Hi, Char. Hi. Thank you. You too, Char. I hope you guys are having a good evening. I hope all of you are. So I took a bite of the candy at the same time I'm talking to her, right? And I inhaled and swallowed at the same time. That sounds terrible, but I did. And it felt like a little piece went into, you know how you say you swallow and went down the wrong pipe? So it did. I didn't cough like crazy. It just felt like it went, like it felt weird, like, and I've been studying this now, so, because, look, I used to be really bad, like, I used to be, like, somewhat of a hypochondriac, like, I'd be like, oh my god, like, this is wrong, or if I think something, like, oh no, this is hurting, this is probably, like, the worst thing in the world, and you Google it, and it just basically tells you you're dying, because it gives you, like, the worst possible, outcome, which is, it's bad to Google things, and you're not a doctor. It's going to give you the worst kind, like, the worst, what do you call it, like, diagnosis or possibility. So don't Google it. Just either get checked or relax, because, yeah, like, if you think it's a major problem, you should always get checked. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying, if you really think you have something wrong, like, seriously get checked. Always. Don't wait. But for me, I always thought the worst. Like, I always felt like, just stupid, horrible, negative thinking that I'm getting better at. Where it's like, oh, the worst is gonna happen to me. It always does. So whatever. So it felt like it went down the wrong tube. And what I was saying about learning about when we say the wrong pipe, there actually is a wrong pipe, because you got your trachea, which is your airway, and then you've got your esophagus, which is what you're supposed to, what your food goes down, and your water and all that, like you swallow. That's the right pipe. So now I feel like a tightness in my chest, and I don't know if I'm just like tripping out. I know you guys are gonna think I'm weird, probably unsubscribe and shit, but that's what I'm feeling. So I'm drinking hot tea just to be sure, because apparently if you do swallow down the wrong pipe, like if something is if something is covering your pipe, you're obviously going to be coughing and hacking like crazy, and someone should do like an automatic, Heimlich maneuver or something like that. But sometimes a little piece of something can go in there. You won't choke. It'll just be partially covered. It can cause aspiration pneumonia. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I do feel something. But I don't know if I'm just being, like, I don't know. But I do feel a little tightness in my chest. And then, when you have, like, mucus or phlegm, you can kind of taste it when you breathe. Like, it's not there, but I don't know how to describe it. I'm sorry, I feel weird. But that's what it feels like. And why is it doing that? Okay. But anyway. So that's that. I'm drinking some hot-ass peppermint tea. Super good. I put some honey in it. And it's never bad to drink tea. So my daughter and I, and my littlest, all of us really, we're trying. My oldest, Akira, my oldest has been always, like, kind of health conscious, which is in a good way, not bad, like, but health conscious, and I have been for a very long time. And then, like, August, I started to fall off with reason, and just I kind of gained more weight than I usually do, and I was really unhappy with it, because I won't say my weight, not because I think I've said it before, but not because I care, but I know that that's a sensitive topic for people, and I'm just not happy at my weight. I mean, I'm okay now, like, I don't care so much now. I'm a little more like, all right, whatever. Like, if you want, if I want to change it, I can work out. I can start doing that. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to be more healthy, and my daughter and we want to join a gym, which we're going to do. And I just think it'd be awesome for the both of us to not only do that, but to just have that time, that time together, and something positive and ongoing. And of course, my oldest can, if Akira wants to go, then that's fine. Before the pandemic, I had actually signed Akira for with a personal trainer, because there was like a super good deal. But unfortunately, then COVID happened, so there was only like maybe 3 sessions with him, with the trainer, but it was an amazing deal. So the rent situation, what happened yesterday is my sister was going to send me back a couple of $100, which was going to go towards my rent, a few $100 to help with it. And what ended up happening is my mom and I, we share an account, and basically, long story short, her phone number wasn't connected to her payment, so the bank withheld the money. Now they have to return it to my sister. That could take some time. And then I have some of it, put away, but not enough. And then another part of it that I was trying to get from my cachet, the little that we get, I couldn't touch that because we went to go get a new EBT card, and I got one. My neighbor took me, and then we went to go pull out, and they wouldn't. The ATM basically withheld the money. So I see something really super wrong with 2 things. One is I kind of find it weird, and I don't really believe in coincidences. I mean, it's possible, but it's weird how they held, like, they won't give my sister back her own money, and then they won't give, like, and then on the same day, it didn't happen the same, she sent it a couple days before, but there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get your money back immediately. I feel like it's wrong that banks hold it when it's the same person, the same identity, the same account number, for them to hold it. And then the other thing with the EBT, it's weird that they were able to hold that money. So it's like kind of scary that everything's going digital, including money soon. Well, everything is digital. Look at it. We shop online, everything's on a card. And so, like, if you look at it, that's already kind of digital, and your money's not in your hand. And it's like, it's gearing more and more toward that. And it's like kind of weird how they can just hold what's yours, and say like, hey, like, sorry, you can't get your money right now. Like, that doesn't make any sense. When it's yours, it should be automatic. It's not like you're asking for more back. It's not like you're a different person. It's not like you're going in and say, hey, add it to a different card. You're not doing any of that. You're trying to get it back. So why should they be able to withhold your own funds, like your own money? I see something wrong with that with banks and even government stuff. Like, if that's yours, then how is it they can hold it, So they said the problem with the EBT thing was actually that they didn't lift, or they didn't, how do they say it? They had to open up access to that card since my other card was lost. And then they opened up access to that card. When I got home, I called them. They opened up the access to that card, and I called and I still couldn't check my balance. It still said temporarily something or other. But it's like, if it's already been lifted, why does it take that much time when the government or whatever, government mainly, when they want to take money from you, it's instant. But if you want your money back, or banks or whatever, boom, it's like they take it if they need it, but giving it back to you, oh, now that's a process. Like, I don't get how people are able to just hold your money like that. And then, hey Jordan, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Happy New Year. Hope it's going good for you. Sorry, I'm listening to the audio at the same time that I'm talking. You're like, oh yeah, you really wish me a Happy New Year. No, seriously, Happy New Year. But I just think it's so wrong on so many levels for them to be able to hold your money like that. Like, it's yours, and it's a necessity. They don't care about necessity. All we are to them is numbers, which is crazy. Like, the other day I was talking about the football player that I think he went into cardiac arrest, and I just think it's so horrible that they wanted the game to go on. And I had voiced my opinion on a post on Facebook, and I was just saying, because the original post said something about sucks how they just, wanted the game to go on, like nothing happened. And I was just like, how do you not have more regard for a human life? Like, my dad personally, my dad suffered 5 heart attacks. I know how scary that is. That's not what took him eventually, but that's what that's what happened. And I was saying in that post, because I feel like we're becoming more and more desensitized to everything. And my only comment was basically, well, I know it's kind of a big statement, but it's just how I feel. I feel like the people on the NFL, the NBA, these teams, they're not valued as actual people and individuals. Like, maybe some people do, a lot of people care, but the ones in charge, the ones that are actually making that money, I feel like they see them all as numbers. It's like, well, let's just replace this person, or, oh, let the game go on. Like, seriously, what about the other players? I'm sure they're concerned for their teammate. I'm sure they're concerned for what just happened to him. Like, how do you be on a team with someone that happens and feel like you can't possibly feel like, yeah, the game goes on? No, like, seriously. That's like something happening with your, kind of your brother, like, if you're close like that. Like, that's how I would look at it. And no amount of money is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm cool to just go on with it when this just happened to him, you know? Like, so I was just saying, like, I feel like it's just numbers, it's just money. And someone was like, how dare you say that? You know, there's a system that needs to be followed, and some other, whatever they said, um, but yeah, I don't know what took me there. I just feel like, oh, numbers, that's why. Because I just feel like that's what we are. We're like, for the people that are in power, or whatever you want to call it, like, I just feel like we are majorly not cared for. You know what I mean? There's no reason that I should be struggling this much. Look, I am putting my business out here, but I'm doing it because I'm choosing to. Like, like I am struggling right now, and I've been for a long time. I get tired of it. I'm an independent person. I don't let my lack of vision hold me back. But the truth of the matter is, like, stuff costs. And so right now, my friend Rochelle, my best friend, she's helping us get groceries with Instacart, and I thank God for her, because it's like necessities that cost: toilet paper, water, stuff like that, you know, chicken, stuff that stretches. Like, when she helps us, I definitely do things that we need. Never take advantage. Like, there's so much I want to do for her, because, like, I've known her since I was 5, and honestly, she's been there for us through thick and thin. And no matter what it is, like, as a sister, like, she's always stepped up. Always, always, always. Not just for me and my kids, you know, just my parents. My dad loved her. My mom loves her. You know, it's like my mom has 3 daughters. And yeah, and she lives about 3 hours away from us. She lives in the Palm Springs area. But she helps us out every now and then, and it's huge. Like, doing anything for us, I appreciate even the smallest thing, but I want to be the one to help and stuff like that. But it sucks that we have to even. I don't like asking. I don't like putting myself out there, but it's hard. And as a blind person in California and most of America, it's hard to gain valid, respectable employment, even with certificates/degrees, because it's like you're seen as less of a person, or you're seen as a child, to not most of society, but like to the employers out there, you know. And so then it's like, how are we supposed to not only thrive, but be, how do I say this, like a valued human being? Like, how are we supposed to give to our communities as well? Like, I try in any way I can, don't get me wrong, like, I will always, you know, but I'm saying, like, how are we supposed to be this useful human being when you guys don't even give us a chance, you know what I'm saying? And then look down on us for needing assistance, for asking for help. And I get ashamed, I'm not gonna lie, to ask for help. And if I don't need to, I won't. If I'm asking genuinely, I need it. Because trust me, I will try to do whatever I need to for my family. And that's real. Like, I don't like asking, because I like to be one that helps, one that gives, you know. It's very, very much struggling to get a job. Now, I have a job that's supposed to start back up here in January. I'm actually going to call next week and see what's going on with that. But the problem is with foundations, excuse me, it's all about the funding. So if they don't have the funding for my position, then, you know, I won't be back there right now. But I love them. I miss them. I want to go back. I'm also trying to get a position. My friend in Colorado, she's really sweet. She won't mind if I say her name, Renee. She's trying to help me get a job that's work from home. And even if I were to move out there, which nothing is for certain, but even if I were to, then I can, you know, have that already going. But it's a work from home position, which would be amazing. So she's trying to find out about that. But you get tired, you know, of struggling like this. It just, but it could be worse. Like I am so blessed to, like, seriously, we're just blessed to have our health. We're blessed to have a roof. Like, I see my blessings big time. And I just feel uneasy right now because my rent's not paid, and when it's not paid, that's my main priority, you know. But I'm definitely, I know that we're blessed. Thank God for what we do have and for having each other, you know. And my nails and hair, that was a gift. So, because people will be like, oh, how do you get your nails done if you don't have money? That was a gift. And I only did my roots, so that was very, very low price. But we got to take care of each other, take care of ourselves too, you know. Just super, super bare minimum, though. Anyway, like, seriously, I don't want to always come on feeling like I'm like negative or anything. I just really like sharing and, you know, letting people know they're not alone and stuff. But throughout the day, we laugh, we play, we're silly, we're okay, we're good. We're not over here like all sad or anything. Like, that's not how it is, you know. I'm gonna go visit and take care of my mom tomorrow. That's another thing. There's so much more I want to do for her. I want to help with, you know, like, there's so much more I want to do for her. So, yeah, things will work out. I am really putting positivity towards this job. There's also another job I got hired for over a year ago. I need to find out again because I called them the other day with the assistive technology stuff that's supposed to be happening. That's a really good position. I really would love to have that. And that's also work from home. And it's working for different law firms. Oh, that was like a good opportunity. And it's just basically, I feel like maybe the DOR, Department of Rehab, kind of dropped the ball a few times on that one because I don't have any idea. There's like no communication between DOR and the job. And then it's not DOR, it's they hire another team called Adaptive Technology or something like that. And apparently he's like the only one in California that does scripting for programs, you know, for JAWS, which means basically like coding so that JAWS can read whatever programs the job is, you know, required to use or whatever, or we're required to use for the job. Thank you, Char. I know I feel so guilty though for like, but there is self-care. Like, if not, I'm already like super down inside. If I don't do at least something for myself, like, what am I looking forward to? Then it's just like day to day of what needs to be done. When is there any pleasure? Do you know what I mean? There's got to be something. So, what are you growling at? What are you doing? Rocket's gonna go for his first time on Tuesday with our groomer. I've known her, we were talking earlier, I've known her for like 8 years maybe now. She's so sweet, Blanca. She's groomed my Cookie and Chunky for a very long time. And then, so now Rocket gets to meet her Tuesday. He's not having a full-on groom because out here the parvovirus is really just, it's prevalent out here. So we got to be careful. But she's going to clip his nails, cut the hair, like the hygiene area, and clean his eyes and things like that. I might take her just to clean Cookie's eyes as well, because Cookie has, my Yorkie, she has eye ducts that don't produce tears, and then she has allergies on top of it, so she gets this like goopy stuff in her eyes. No matter how much you clean it, she gets it. Like, there's these drops that are super expensive that would help, but they're just really, really expensive. So we try to do what we can and just like do little saline drops or warm water most of the time, because I think saline can actually dry them out a bit more, if I'm not mistaken. Hey Jimmy, what's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Char.
Okay, Cupid. Now, okay, Cupid. Notification.
Okay, Cupid. I still get notifications for that. I need to really clear it out of my thing.
Okay, Cupid. Now, center of screen. Take a picture.
I so gave up on dating stuff right now. I mean, if whatever happens, happens, but it's just, eh. But yeah, I'm really hoping that my foundation job is back up because I love the foundation. I love being a receptionist there and doing whatever I can, and it's just good. I love the people that come through there and meeting new people. It's amazing, and it feels like what my heart wants to do, helping in some way, even if it's not much, you know, just like however I can. It feels good, you know. So let's see. I'm trying to go to the comments, sorry. As usual. Last night I did a live and I felt like the music was super loud. Yeah, but I gotta find ways to make more money. What kind of stuff do I cook? I like to do, like right now, today I really would like to make chili, but I don't have everything for that. But like I think it's like a really good hearty food chili with like mashed potatoes, some cornbread. Krusty's is my favorite, the honey cornbread. I like to do baked chicken. I like to do enchilada casserole. We had that the other night with beans and rice. The baked chicken I'll do like different ways, just depends on, you know, how I feel like cooking it. And then some mashed potatoes, some vegetables. Like usually I'll do like a mixed, like, you know those frozen bags of mixed vegetables, the broccoli, carrots, cauliflower mix, we do that. What else? Tacos maybe, sometimes we do tacos. We really don't eat ground beef here. Akira is plant-based, so he doesn't eat that at all. The other two don't really like ground beef, so mainly we do chicken or fish. Most of the time it's chicken. It's like the cheapest, and even that is crazy expensive, but yeah. So a lot of stuff with chicken. I really want to like learn more recipes. I should do more cooking videos. That'd be cool. Yeah, but it's been so cold here. Chili would be amazing. I do make it spicy, but I don't have to make it spicy, but a lot of times I do. We do Impossible burgers, yeah. Impossible and Beyond are our favorites. There was this one that I tried some years back. It was made out of cashews and potato, the patties. It was so good. But I don't know the brand, so I haven't been able to get those again. But I love when my kids love my cooking. I love that. Like, it feels good. And I try to make things where it's like, you know, so Akira can have as well as the kids. Of course, I always make some sort of like, I do, like I said, a lot of chicken. I do spaghetti. I will, Jimmy, thank you. I do chicken Alfredo or sometimes just like broccoli Alfredo. I do that. And with like some garlic bread on the side. And then I try to have veggies, or if not, I'll put the veggies in with the Alfredo. Excuse me. Excuse me. What else I like to do? Hot wings. I love doing hot wings. Every now and then pork chops. I don't eat those at all. Like the only meat I eat, because I was plant based myself for 3 years, from like 2017 to 2020, and then I started eating chicken again. I honestly would love to just be plant based though. Like I need to see like I do because I love avocados, I love vegetables, I love learning ways to make things without meat. I really do. And of course, if my kids still want to eat the way they do, they can. Like, I don't force that upon them, you know? Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining. You will learn. You will definitely learn. You know, when I started at a young age because I lost my sight when I was 10. Sorry, there's a plane in the background. But my mom still, and my grandmother still had me doing, you know, cooking stuff, and that's how I was blessed to be able to cook early. You know, like they didn't stop like showing me stuff. And some of the first things I learned to make were like scrambled eggs, noodles, like quick noodles, things like that. And you just pay attention to where your heat is. You know, you know where not to touch. You feel where the heat is. And then as far as when you get deeper into it, a lot of times I don't even measure stuff now because I know, but new recipes I will do measurements. But the main thing is, and I actually learned this from, like I learned a lot of cooking and stuff like that from my grandmother and my mom. And then a tip I learned from my kid's other grandmother is you want your food to taste the way it smells. And so, you know, play around with the seasonings. Don't use too much salt, mostly herbs, and even cooking like a lot of Mexican food. Growing up, my grandma would use a lot of onions, garlics, and bell peppers. And a lot of times that flavors your meats and your foods really nicely. Like even your potatoes. Like we make papas or potatoes for breakfast. Like you cut them in little squares, put them in a pan with a little bit of oil and water, and then you can also like dice up onions. If you want bell peppers, we hardly do it like that, but it's just super good. And just pay attention to how your seasoning smells. You know, usually the basis of my seasonings are salt, pepper, very little salt, pepper. But my food's not bland either. Don't get me wrong. Like I do not eat bland food. But garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder. I don't always use garlic and onion. It just depends on what I'm doing. Whichever like seems to go better. But if you are, I don't eat ground beef, but I cook it, you know, or I used to more when the kids ate it. But the secret to good ground beef, whether it's for tacos, and it's not taco seasoning. Mexican people, I am Mexican, okay? Mexican people do not go buy taco seasoning. That's some gross ass shit. Sorry, but it is. It's disgusting. I don't like the smell of it because it seems like they put like a whole bunch of cumin in there. But the secret is garlic. Put garlic or onion in your ground beef when you're cooking it. Salt, pepper, onion powder. That's a big one. First off, it makes it smell amazing and it makes it taste better. Make sure you're generous with your pepper and your onion powder, or if you want to use real onions, even better. Especially when you're making ground beef for tacos. What you want to do is cut up onions and bell peppers in with the meat while it's cooking. It gives it an amazing flavor. You don't use that taco seasoning packet crap. That's nasty. That is so... you might as well just go to Taco Bell and get some fake Mexican food. I'm not against Taco Bell, by the way. I'm just saying that's not real. But if you use onions and bell peppers chopped up in your ground beef, along with your basic seasonings, it is amazing. And then also, say you're making chili and you want to use meat. A lot of times I make chili without meat now, though. But if you want to make your chili with meat, chop up bell peppers, onions, garlic, do your salt, pepper, and even use your powder still if you have it, like your garlic powder. No onion powder on that one. chili powder, a bit of cayenne, and then you can do the crushed red peppers for the meat, and it's really good, I swear. So that's, yeah, totally went into a cooking session. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, but whatever. Jennifer, your comment cut off. I'm sorry. Your husband does what? Oh, okay. Air fryers are cool too. We actually have to get a new air fryer. I haven't, rice is not one of my favorite things to make, but I'm getting better at it. I don't know why. Like, we do have a rice cooker, but I don't really use it. My daughter more so uses that. My daughter loves to cook, and let me tell you, she is a kick-ass cook. I am so impressed with my daughter. Like, it's amazing. She's amazing. She's amazing at a lot of things she does. But anyway, at everything she does. Okay, so rice. 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water. You always double your water on the rice. But I'm going to tell you how to make Mexican rice, right? First off, you get a pan. You put oil in the pan. A bit of oil on the bottom, right? Then you get your chicken bouillon seasoning. If you're not vegan or vegetarian and or vegan or plant-based, I'll tell you another way too. Instead of the chicken bouillon, you can just use like regular pink Himalayan salt or sea salt or whatever. I usually use pink Himalayan if I'm not going to use the chicken bouillon. But what you want to do is you chop up onions, right? And you chop up onions in strips. Okay, you're going to put your pan like on a low to medium heat and put your oil in put your oil on the bottom. Season your oil a bit first with a little bit of the chicken seasoning. Okay, and a little bit of pepper, but that's not a must, okay? Then you're going to pour your rice in. So say you're going to do like 2 cups of rice. So pour your rice in there. You're going to brown it. So you're going to cook it for a while. Keep stirring, keep mixing it. Let it cook a little bit, then mix it some more. Make sure you keep doing it so it doesn't burn. But you'll start to smell it. Now, I also add garlic powder. And then what you want to do is you get a can of tomato sauce. Right? Get a can, and I'm going to do a video of this actually. Get a can of tomato sauce, pour about maybe a fourth of the can in there. Maybe even half. It depends on how much rice you're making. If you're doing 2 cups of rice, then yeah, do half of the can, right? But this is after you brown the rice for a bit and you throw your onions in there. So let me start over. Pan, oil, rice, seasonings, and throw your onions in there. Okay, you can even chop up a little bit of garlic. So you let that brown for a bit. You smell it starts to smell really good. And you keep mixing it around until you brown it. Then you pour in like the half can of the tomato sauce. And then you keep mixing it for a bit. Keep mixing it and making sure it's like evenly distributed throughout the entire pot. Make sure you get the sides of your pot. Make sure you get the bottom. It's not sticking. Then carefully you're going to pour water because if you have oil and water hits it, it's going to splash at you. So you got to be careful when you pour this in, okay? So then you're going to add to 2 cups of rice, you're going to add 4 cups of water. And you add your water, you slowly stir it, and you can add a bit more, like I do like maybe a tablespoon of that chicken bouillon seasoning. And then I do garlic powder, and then I do the rest of the can. Once you pour the water in, pour the rest of your can of your tomato sauce in there. Then you take a top and you cover it. You could turn the heat up just a little bit. You don't want too hot because it will burn your rice on the bottom. Get a top and cover it, not all the way, so that there's like a little slit on the side. Unless you have one of those pots that have holes on top, like the top has holes, so that the steam can come out and it just doesn't all stay in there. The rice soaks up your water and your tomato sauce, of course. And maybe like 15 to 20 minutes of good boiling. Then you can check it. You know, put a like whatever you use, like a spoon or a fork. Some people use spatulas. I do too sometimes, but it's whatever's easiest for you, especially being blind. A lot of times when I'm cooking, I'll use smaller utensils because I can feel what's going on with it. But I'm also used to cooking now, so it doesn't really, like, it's just secondhand. So, and you'll get there, like, in time. Trust me, you will. Let me tell you about the time I made bacon disappear. But anyways, a tip I got from my grandmother was, when your rice is cooking and you mix it around, once it starts thickening up and the rice is expanding, you start to fold your rice in. Don't mix it around. You take the spatula and you sort of fold it in, and then you can kind of taste it. You don't have to eat it. Just slowly take a bite and see if your rice grains are still hard. And if they are, if you need to add a bit more water, add a bit more water. And then cover it up and let it, continue to cook. Make sure you're grabbing the rice from the bottom too, because it will burn if you don't. And so yeah, but I'll do more of a thing on that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why. Sometimes parents don't know. Like my parents didn't know everything when having a blind child. You want to teach them things early. You hinder them by not. Seriously. I'm trying to read the comments, sorry. Yeah, I'll definitely do more videos, Jimmy. Thank you. But you'll learn, Jennifer. It'll come around to you. And when you're interested in it, and you're just like anything, blind or not, when you're interested, you tend to learn better because you're wanting to take it in. You're wanting to absorb whatever it is you're. Hold on one second. I have to. Okay. Sorry, I just had to block someone. Okay, we're good. Adobo, not really. What is that exactly? I've heard of it, but no, I don't use that. Trying to read the comments, sorry. It's okay. Jaws is really crazy sometimes. Just making sure that person is no longer here because that's not cool. But yeah, isn't that crazy with my whole, hold on a second. My whole chest thing, oh my god, I'm still like a little scared about it, but I am paranoid about stuff like that. It's so weird, like, I get weirded out with, certain things like blood. Like, if my kids need my help, I don't get like that, but like, if I do, I get like all like faint. But it's like, how do I have babies and react like that? It's like, what? And want more, but that's not gonna happen. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. I love you all so much. Please put a like on the video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share so that my channel grows. I'm really trying to grow this channel, trying to make it bigger. I've had it for a while, and I'm just recently started doing more consistent lives and things like that. So I love you all. Please be good to yourselves. And I'll talk to you soon. And of course, other people too. But yeah. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.